Welcome to Retro Bliss Gaming. I'm Retro Bliss, and today I have a review for an aftermarket wireless controller for the PS3 from a company called Voyee. But before we get to the review, I wanted to let you guys know what Retro Bliss Gaming is all about. It's about playing retro video games and reviewing those games, as well as the platforms and controllers that they're played on. So if this is something that interests you, then subscribe to the channel. And be sure you turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss out on all the great content that we make to entertain and inform you about retro gaming. I recently acquired another PS3 at a price that I couldn't say no to. It had a bunch of games and a power cord and 2 controllers. Everything was in great shape, but for some reason the controllers felt like they had something sticky on them. I really didn't want to deal with cleaning them and taking them apart because I didn't know if something sticky had gotten inside, whatever. So I remembered I had purchased an Xbox 360 aftermarket controller from Voyee about a year ago, and I've had some good luck with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox a controller and get a feel of it right out of the box. Sometimes you can kind of sort of tell how a controller is made by the feel and the way the buttons feel and respond. So without further ado, let's get into a review of this controller. Before we move on, I just want to point out that I purchased this with my own money. I am not being sponsored in any way or endorsed by Voyee or anybody from the company. This is a personal purchase, and I just wanted to show it from a regular guy's perspective. This is the way it came. This was not sealed. Obviously, you can see that. But I got a 2-pack because I wanted the 2-player option, obviously. So anyway, let's see what's going on here. On the front there's just a picture of the controller. Same thing on the side. Okay, I'll read that on the back here in a minute, but basically this is what you see on the back. And then I do want to point out that these do come in different colors. I bought this from Amazon, and you can get them in those colors from Amazon, but they're going to cost you probably $1 or $2 extra per controller. I decided just to go with the standard black. Sometimes the color controllers to me look cheap unless they're special edition models, you know. So anyway, I'm going to read what's on the back of this. Voyee wants to be a global leader in video game controllers and accessories. Currently includes the Xbox 360 controller, the PS3 controller, PS4 controller, and Switch controller, and other accessories. We always believe that the customer experience and product quality are the most important dimensions, and we will do them well. About the controllers, they're upgraded, more sensitive joysticks and upgraded DualShock motors, a 45-day warranty guarantee, and a 365-day replacement. So you can't really go wrong. They have contact information on the back of the box. There's an email address, a phone number, and some Facebook options to contact them. So I personally have not had an issue with the Voyee controller that I have, so I haven't had to really deal with the customer experience with them. But if what's on the box holds true, sounds to me like they have pretty decent customer service. They do want to make it right. And I don't think that they'd be selling on Amazon the way that they are if they weren't at least somewhat backing up their product. So anyway, let's see what's in the box here. Okay. Instructions, a support contact page, how to charge them, how to disconnect, how to connect them, We're going to get into that a little later, but for right now, we're just going to see what's in the box. We're going to try to connect this to a PS3. We're going to sync it, and then we're going to see how it plays. So let me set that aside. Okay, so there are 2 of these bad boys in here. which I'm struggling to get out. Okay. So we'll just shut this box for now, because I do plan on using these. I'm hoping that I enjoy them as well as I did the Xbox 360 controller that I have. So anyway, I'm gonna set one of these aside, and it does come with cables. So actually, oh, they each have individual cables. Okay, so each individual cable is bubble wrapped with the controller. So you'll see that here in a minute. Okay. Not sure how long this is. I'd be surprised if it's more than 3-4 feet. But if you're using it as a wireless option, it doesn't really need to be long, obviously. You just need it for charging purposes. So there's that. There's a controller. Now, to me, my first impression is that it actually looks kind of nice. It's got a black matte finish to it. The buttons here, the symbols on them are partial PlayStation. I guess they don't want to infringe on PlayStation's symbols on their controllers for whatever reason, which I kind of get. So anyway, so there's your USB connectivity, and there are lights for which controller is connected, where it pairs to, and then whatever's on the back there. Give it just a second if you want to pause the video to see what it is. So I'm gonna just kind of, let me move this out of the way here for just a second. Okay, now, oh man, I think they feel pretty good, and they're not like super clicky, but yet they're not mushy either. I don't know how they're going to respond during gameplay, but as far as how they feel, those feel pretty good to me. Let me. Yeah, see, that was one thing I didn't like from the 360 controller that I have. It responded well, but it was a little clicky. But they must have realized that was a little bit of an issue. They seem to have fixed everything I've touched so far. It's not an issue. Now, for some reason, the left button doesn't seem like it's going down quite as far as the right button doesn't feel like it's going down as far as the left button, but that may not be noticeable during gameplay. But left top and bottom seem to spring back really well, but the right side, I don't know. We'll have to check that out when we hook it up. But well, I'd have to give it a B+. I'd have to give it a B+. That right side on the D-pad is a little concerning to me. I'm not real sure. Actually, I probably should open up the other one and see if the other one's the same way. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, guys, I'm totally embarrassed. While I'm doing the editing and unboxing, I'm kind of doing a lot of things at the same time here. I did some backtracking, and I realized I had a bandage on my right hand, and I didn't realize it was there until after I'd already checked my video. I'd already unboxed the controller. I'm not going to change it. I'm okay. They just drew some blood, so I'm not asking for any sympathy or anything like that. That wasn't why that bandage was there. So nothing's wrong. I just forgot to take it off. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to open up this second controller, and we're going to check the feel of the D-pad to see if it's the same as the first one that we opened. So let's see what we got. Okay, there's your USB. All right. Looks the same. Ah. See, now this one feels more springy for sure. I don't know why that is. We'll have to see if that affects gameplay. I may have to contact Voyee and get a replacement pad underneath, or have them send me a new controller, because that first one that we had, it's a little different. But anyway, other than that, it feels good. It feels like a normal PS3 controller to me. I haven't played it long term, but so far so good. Everything else seems to be fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook this bad boy up to his PS3, and we're going to pair it, and then we're going to play a few games and see how the controller responds. Okay, obviously the controller hasn't been charged yet, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it in a wired format, and then we're going to test it wirelessly. And we're going to use the game Street Fighter, because I know some of the moves for that game, especially for Ryu, so I can make those moves happen, supposedly, hopefully on command. We'll have to see. I think even with a regular controller, sometimes I may struggle with that, but we're just gonna play around with it and see how the controller responds to the gameplay. So without further ado, let me see what I can do here. Okay, so I'm gonna try it with the analog stick. See, that's kick. So yeah. It was doing it for a while there. There we go. Okay, it's doing that move. Okay, so let me try something else. Well, that didn't do what I wanted to do. That's what I want. Okay. Let me get a little closer to the microphone so you can hear me. Seems to be pretty consistent. I'm going to try it with the D-pad now. Now this particular controller is the one that had the mushy right side, so but it seems to move back and forth, left to right, pretty good. So we're gonna try it anyway, just to see. So let's try the kick again. Okay, it's doing it with that. Let's try Hadouken. Hadouken! 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 Okay, now I'm going to try to jump over to the other side of Guile here so I can try the moves a different way. There we go. Okay. Now this is with the D-pad still. It's not very consistent. Can't seem to do it very well. Let me try it with the analog stick. Okay. Let's try Hadouken. Okay, I'm satisfied. The D-pad's a little wonky, but it's not, I don't think it's actually the controller. I think it's me, because I've never been great at doing the Street Fighter moves with a D-pad. The analog stick is just so much better. So we're going to disconnect the cable, and we're going to try it wirelessly. Okay, we're back. As you can see, the wire is removed from the controller, so we're going to try the same moves in the same directions with it wirelessly. So let's try some kicks. Okay, that works. Let's try Hadoukens. Okay, I like that. So let me jump over, get on the other side, push him back a little bit. Okay, all right, let's try it. Okay, one more time. Okay, let's try Hadouken. Okay, I'm satisfied. Let me try with the D-pad though, wirelessly. Now, obviously, it's not going to be as good, so we're going to try it anyway, just for giggles. Okay, I'm using the D-pad. Wow, I actually seem to be doing better wirelessly. Okay, let's try kicks. Not having great success. I guess it might just take a little adjustment. Well, it's doing it there too, so I'd say it's a success. If I'd have to rate this controller, I'd give it a B+. For the price, you can't beat it. I'm a little concerned about the play and the mushiness of the right side of the D-pad. I'm going to look into that. I may contact Voyee and see if they can send me a new controller, or maybe at least a new pad for underneath the buttons inside. I really don't want to have to take this thing apart if I don't have to. It is brand new, you know. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to the channel, and if you like what you see here, make sure you turn on your notification bell so you know when we post new videos for you. So with that, have a blessed day, and we'll see you next time.